Yo, salute, peace. Spears and Mike's hip hop culture, knowledge, and the streets. So we wanted to talk about No Limit and Cash Money a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's generated a little bit of a buzz. Well, I don't want to discredit it. It's a lot of people talked about it over the weekend, and I thought it was cool. A little disappointed with you know some of what I saw, more so from Baby or whatever. But what I do want to say from the top, right? Those that watched it, I don't know if everyone's seen it, but Ebro was hosting the event, and I thought he did a pretty good job hosting it. But they interviewed Jim Jones, Jewels, and Dave East. I guess they were in the building for the event, and man, I hate to knock Jim Jones every chance. We talk about this dude a lot here, and dude can't even open his eyes, man. Like he had his eyes closed 89, 90% of the time, like drugged out. I don't know if he's high, if he's drunk. Joel's eyes, they were like this big. Davies looked like he was about to nod off. I don't know if them brothers is on hard narcotics or they're just alcoholics or what. I can't tell you what it is, but it's honestly disgusting. Like if you know you're gonna if you're gonna speak at a public function and you're supposed to be a celebrity or like a person of interest, you gotta like take care of yourself and prepare yourself a little bit. You know what I mean? Like even when I did party, if I knew I was going to speak at a function, I would, of course, manage what I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Like you a grown man, you gotta be able to hold yourself together. And seeing them brothers is like that, man. It's kind of sad to see like brothers that are elder than us and even younger, because Davies is younger, but like
And
dudes
Joel's
is
is our
drugged out.
age.
Right.
Yeah.
Dudes is looking drugged out, man. And it's like, I mean, when did they give y'all the mic? Like 3 hours into partying? How long y'all were y'all partying? The shit just popped off. You know what I mean? It didn't even start yet. You know what I'm saying? And y'all looking like that. It was a bad look to just even, I wouldn't even have put them on camera. Like if I was the producer, I'll wrap it up. Like I don't even care. Like we don't need y'all to be on here. Like y'all ain't No Limit. Y'all ain't Cash Money. I don't give a damn if they influence y'all. You know what I mean? But aside from that, you know what I'm saying? I just think what I say what makes me upset is like I'm concerned with hip hop's image, and I think seeing brothers like that in that condition is a bad look for the culture. You know what I'm saying? But I don't expect nothing greater from them. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like them dudes is gonna be a mess. Period. But what do you think of like some of the scenes that you saw? I know me and you spoke about Mia X, and you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? She did a thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Highlight.
Yo, and what's crazy about Mia X is she never had to promote how much of a freak she was, and she never like showed her skin. Like you never seen her like in provocative clothing. Her raps weren't provocative like that. Um, and she really, I think from what I did see, because I'm gonna keep it real, I wasn't a Cash Money or No Limit listener
Same
growing
here.
up. Like
Hmm.
I never took to it like a lot of other people did on the on the so-called East Coast. I know it's a Southern thing. Had a couple of dudes. There was one dude in particular from my block I grew up with. He was on them early. He
Yeah.
was on, especially Cash Money. He was on them early. He had the albums that they were putting out before they got with Universal. Like he
Hmm.
had the Soldier Rag album. He had like the first Big Timers joint. I think it was like a green album cover or something. He had like BG. He had Juvie before 400 Degrees and all of that stuff, and like Master P and all of that stuff. But I wasn't into it. Of course, I know some of the songs, but
Hmm.
like just hanging with bro and all of that. But from what I saw at the verses, I think No Limit won, and I actually told my wife that No Limit was gonna win, obviously because no Little Wayne wasn't going to be there, and Turk, of course, so they didn't have their full roster. And while No Limit didn't have C Murder or Mystical, for me, all Manny Fresh beats sound the same. And it was
Hmm.
proven during his verses with Scott Storch, where everybody thought Manny Fresh was going to blow Scott Storch out the water.
Right,
Then
right,
Scott
right,
Storch start pulling out bangers that nobody knew he did.
right.
And then when Manny Fresh is playing his joints, it sounds Casio keyboard with those hi-hats and all of that. And
Hmm.
you listening to the same beat. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
I figured that they would win. And besides Baby's antics, which it was probably expected. This is a close to 60-year-old man. He's in his late 50s, still
Yeah,
acting like a child, you know, and like it's not even gangster the way you talk. You're acting like a child with certain like the way you were acting on stage, like calling out Turk or whatever. And I'm the first dude. I'm the first one with tattoos on my face. No, you're not. You're not.
certainly
Even though
isn't.
that sounds very ignorant for you to claim it, but you weren't.
Yeah,
And like the first one stunting and all of that. I don't think that was the case either. I know you
right.
might have been the first rapper to nod off during your own performance because we saw that before.
I don't think
Not
he's the
not
first
during the
one.
verses, not during the verses,
Right.
but he was caught like a couple months ago nodding
Yeah.
off.
In the Bronx, right?
At
Or
yeah,
Harlem, like
yeah,
what was it with D
some
and Wild? One of them brothers from Rough Riders. I
no,
think it
he was
was D.
performing. He was
Oh,
performing and he was
that.
on stage.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
something
yeah, yeah.
different.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
I
talking.
saw that. I saw
You
that with
saw
D.
that,
Yeah, he
right?
was talking some. Yeah, 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 yeah.
All of a
But
sudden, he was like,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
D had to tap him on the
Yeah,
leg, and
yeah,
he snapped
yeah,
out of it.
yeah. He
Like
straightened up, right?
gave
Yeah,
him
like
that
come on,
Narcan.
man. Yeah, like come on, bro. Like, but yeah. I was Silk the Shocker was funny to me because they could have just cut the beat off and let him go. Because
Were.
you know what I'm saying, like, but their energy was good though, and it was good
They
to
look
see.
cohesive too.
Yeah, Chopper Style, even though I couldn't stand that song when it initially came out
Right,
back
right,
then,
right.
but him go like my wife was watching it and then she was like, "Look, the Chopper's on there." We was talking about it earlier that day when we were out eating, and she was like, "Yo, if they bring Chopper Style," and then we doing the little
Were.
thing, the little dance that he used to do or whatever, and he was there. And to see Young Bleed, and that's crazy that Young Bleed is in the hospital now. They say he's in ICU.
Oh, word.
He had like a medical emergency. I don't know like the details. At first I saw a report that he had passed away, but they confirmed that he wasn't, but he was in fact in the ICU. So, you know, um, all the best towards Young Bleed and his loved ones and
Yeah,
his
yeah,
family.
definitely. Yeah,
Um,
well.
hoping that he gets well soon. But yeah, as far as Mia X, you know,
Big
and a
highlight.
couple of yeah, yeah, nah, she really did her thing. She held it down. She was professional. Great performance. I liked when Baby started talking that all that I'm the first, and then P came with that bout it. That was fire.
Were.
Like that was like you kind of set
Were.
yourself up with that one, baby. And
Were.
and I don't even like calling him that, man. Stuff
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
like
like
calling
calling
them.
him, man.
Yeah,
I don't like none of that stuff.
yeah, yeah. Me neither.
Birdman, whatever
Right.
he wants, like whatever, man. But uh, yeah, No Limit like handily, and then Snoop. I forgot Snoop came out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
Definitely.
know what I'm saying? I
That's a
forgot about
highlight
that
as
too.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and
because his second
that was
album was
dope.
No Limit, right?
No, it
Was it the
wasn't the
second or
second.
third?
I think it was the third. I think it might have been
Yeah.
the third. Because
What
isn't
was it? The Godfather or something like the Dogfather? Was that it, or was that?
I don't now
I th-
Dogfall. I think it was still
was
under Death Row. I think
Yeah, I think he had
I don't
maybe
remember.
two. I think it might have been his third. You're right. I think it might
Yeah,
have been his
yeah,
third.
yeah. But he definitely had. And what's crazy is like I said, my man from the hood, he had all of that stuff. So when Snoop got down with them, of course he had the album. And he used to play that joint in the crib when we be burning it down and all of that. And I'd just be like, yo, man. And then, like, you start memorizing some of it because it'd be catchy, but I never went out myself and purchased any of their music, and
Yeah,
I
me
wasn't like
neither.
I wouldn't listen to it on my own. I'll be
Yeah.
with somebody. And then, like, once I got in the military, I'm hanging out with people from the
Hmm.
South, like my man from Houston. So I got put on to Swisher House and Screwed Up Click early. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So listening to these dudes, and I actually like became fond of their movement, and
Hmm.
I learned to respect it, because
They
everybody
opened their
like,
ears
yo,
up, right? Because
right, right, because
we be having that tunnel vision in New
yeah,
York
because we
where
want lyricism, and like, yo, we only messing with Outkast, Scarface,
right,
and
only a select
Goody
few.
Mob. It's only a select few, but then when you get out there, when my man put me on to like Screwed Up Click and Swisher House, I never
Yeah.
liked Mike Jones, but Lil Flip, Zero,
Yeah, I
um,
mess with Flip.
Slim Thug, Chameleonaire, Paul Wall, Big Pokey, um, a lot of dudes. There was a lot of people that from there that I used to rock with, and 3 6
Right.
Mafia, of course. Like with Memphis and all of that, and 8 Ball, MJG, stuff like that. But yeah, I think it was me. I'm not really, and I don't mean to keep rambling. Like with verses, I think it was a pandemic thing. It was a COVID thing. So I think like
Mm.
I'm like after we started going outside, but outside of like the Locks versus Dipset, I wasn't like really checking for it. Like after the
Yeah.
pandemic, I wasn't really checking for it. So like moving forward, I
Yeah.
don't even like really care for it like that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I'm
I
just
get it.
keeping it real. I'm just keeping it
I get
real.
it.
Like I don't really don't
I,
care.
I'm I'm cool with it. Like I've watched, I would say most of them. That interested me or whatever. One thing is sometimes it's hard to find where it's streaming. You know what I'm saying? Like because you gotta like they just be promoting it, but they never tell you like where to watch it. Sometimes you
Mm,
gotta pay for it, sometimes it's free, sometimes it's on YouTube, sometimes it's on Apple Music. Like you gotta constantly find the source and then figure out a way. If I'm home, I don't want to hold the phone for 2 hours to watch something. I'll probably
mm,
AirPlay it to the screen or whatever, or share it to the
right,
screen.
right.
But have a dedicated home for it. Um, but I'm for it. Like I think it's cool. I think it's good for the culture to celebrate. Legendary artists or legendary work. I'm still personally waiting for Boot Camp Click versus Wu Tang Clan. I think it's the only versus battle that either one of them could do. It can't be Wu Tang Clan versus Rough Riders. It can't be Wu Tang Clan versus anybody. It got to be Wu Tang Clan versus Boot Camp Click. If it's not that,
Mm,
then there's no
mm,
verses with either one of them, in my humble opinion. And I think it's a big celebration for brothers that basically their lives are somewhat intertwined with the music. They
mhm,
got the Camp Woo, they got Woo Camp. They have a lot of collabs that they could do on stage too if they were to, do a performance together. And the amount of MCs and talent, spanning from Brooklyn and Staten Island and all the affiliates as well. It's monstrous. So I don't know who needs to do it. If Drew and RZA need to sit down with Swiss and Timberland or whoever got to make it happen, I think it should happen. Because like I
mhm,
said, we already lost Sean Price, we already lost Old Dirty. Brothers is getting old now, they've been all in the music industry over 30 years already. So, the time is now or never. You know what I'm saying? In closing, what I would like to say about the no limit cash money thing is it was good for New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the city of New Orleans, shout out to Louisiana. Um, but seeing baby talk like that, man, it's kind of disgusting that a 60-year-old man, a businessman at that, he's supposed to be, the brains behind this business, and he's always conducting himself like a fool. You know what I mean? And this is why a lot of people like don't mess with him. You know what I'm saying? Like he does bad business. He's notorious for bad business. He's notorious for not paying money he owes. You know what I mean? And like you got all these artists that are associated with you. Your biggest artist, Wayne, ain't there. Like Drake could have been there. Wayne could have been there. Nicki Minaj could have been there. The whole Young Money could have been up in there also with them.
That's a different
Um,
era though.
it is.
That's a
It is a
different
different
era.
era. But these are all people that you would think, like, if Jewels and them is there to celebrate y'all, then why wouldn't
Yeah.
Young Money be there to celebrate y'all? That would have been big on the platform for Drake and Nicki and them to be on there talking about the influence of what Cash Money and what Manny Fresh and Birdman mean to them and their careers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it would have been noteworthy and cool, a cool, you know, nod to them. You know what I'm
What
saying? But
and what did
I
they go.
no, no, because they were, they're all signed
Yeah, right, right, right,
to Cash Money. Young Money is
right,
Cash Money. At the end of the
right.
day, Wayne may be
Yeah.
behind it, but it's all Birdman. Babies running all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I just think
I
it
mean,
could have been greater.
with the Young Money thing, only reason like I would say like like they shouldn't have been there to just there to support or to perform
No,
because
support,
the when
support, support.
oh okay right because if you
Hmm.
performing the sound changed,
Right.
you know what I'm saying,
Yes.
because Manny Fresh wasn't there anymore.
Right. 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 Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Of
Like,
course. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
he wasn't producing, but I just wanted they did set 10 songs a piece, right? They didn't do
Yeah.
20, they
It
did 10,
wasn't. It
right? So it
wasn't
was
20.
pretty quick.
Yeah.
It was quick.
It
Like, I
was.
want to know like why they didn't do 400 degrees. Like,
Right.
that's one of my favorite songs. That's
Hmm.
that's one of my
Hmm.
favorite songs by Juvenile, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Swear.
And what's the name? That was a crazy beat. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's typical Manny Fresh, but that beat is crazy. Like I still
Yeah.
like we go on a road trip. Like when we went down south to Myrtle Beach this past summer for the week or whatever, and I drove. That was one of the joints I put on when the kids fell asleep. And me and my
Hmm.
wife was like, going crazy to it, whatever. Just because
Yeah.
like the nostalgia of it all. But yeah, man. Outside
You
of
know
the
what's a
dude's
song?
antics, it was cool.
You know
What?
what's a song that I never vibed with and I just can't like it is Back That Ass Up. Like I don't know how men could like be like
Yeah, I mean
getting
because
hype
it's a
off that
joint.
song.
You know why?
Like I
Because the
don't know.
girls come on the dance floor and get crazy. That's like
Yeah.
get down and drop your eagle with Nelly. Like I
Yeah.
like
Or
when
or,
all
or
those
Pop That
songs was
P
coming out,
from
right?
Luke or something, right?
When I was in the military, all those songs were being played in the club, and I was stationed in Virginia, but then like I was stationed in Mississippi at one point. So when you're going down south, and I'm like, this is around Cash Money and Enter Little John and Crunk.
Mm.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So imagine Bone Crusher, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Lil Jon,
Crime
Eastside
Mob,
Boys,
that
Yin
Knuck if you
Crime
buck.
Mob, Yin Yang Twins, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it's all that Field Mob, all of that stuff. And Field
Stuff
Mob
that I
was
really
dope.
wasn't into, to tell you the truth.
Right,
Like,
right,
you
right.
know what
But
I'm
I'm
saying?
I'm in the club. I'm in the club, and I never really was a club person like that anyway. I'm not a party kind of dude, but I'll go and then like bros like, yo, what? Come on, man, let's go. And I'm just like,
Yeah,
all right,
now I
I ain't
know.
doing nothing. So I just
I've gotten
like
dragged out
they
to
pull you,
clubs,
and then be in there like they be wilding, and like
turned
once
up.
those songs come on, the women get on the dance floor and the men follow. That's always how it
Well,
go, in
yeah, yeah,
that environment. You know what I'm saying? So I
right.
get it. I never rocked with it either. I liked Ha. For Juvenile, I like 400 Degrees and I like Ha. And of course the
Yeah.
remix with Jay was dope. And then
He
like,
did his thing on that
there were
Rough Riders Volume 1. I
oh
think
yeah,
he
with
was on
Drag
a
On. With
song.
Drag On. Yeah, with
Right,
Drag On.
yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Right.
Nah, he got busy. He
That
got
joint was
busy.
fire.
Nah,
Yeah. I thought
Juvie
that
could
was a
rap.
dope look.
Juvie could rap. Yeah, and BG could rap too. Turk could rap too. All of them. I think the four hot boys, they can rap. Uh Fresh and Birdman, nah,
Right.
definitely
Right.
wasn't.
Right.
Definitely, I don't
Yeah.
even think Master P was dope. I don't think Silk the Shocker was dope. I like.
Yeah.
Oh, Fiend was there. I like Fiend. I like
Hmm.
Mac. MAC. I liked Mac. I liked Fiend. I liked Mia X. Fiend was
Who
signed to
who was
Rough
them?
Riders, I believe.
Right, right. Who was them
Fiend
Puerto
was
Rican
signed to
twins that was no limit from the
Kane and Abel.
Bronx?
Kane, they was from the Bronx. Kane, and they
Right.
got caught up in some like cocaine,
Some crazy shit, right? Yeah, I
some
remember
wild
that.
stuff. Yeah, they was from the Bronx. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I remember them.
It's crazy
Um,
that dudes from the Bronx signed on, to No
yeah,
Limit.
yeah.
Um,
I mean,
you know,
but yo, like
no,
Master P was he started in the Bay. A lot of people,
yeah,
don't know. I
yeah.
remember Young Mouth told the story that he stole Ice Cream Man from the Loonies.
Mm.
And
Did
like he used to work at a record store in the Bay, and like he kind of like burnt his bridges out there and had to leave and
Master
went
P
back
have any
home or
dealings
whatever.
with JT, the bigger figure at all, or do you
I
recall hearing any of
think
that?
I gotta
Because I
read.
know
I
he was
think
like
his
a
name was
big,
mentioned. Yeah, his name. Nothing was moving like that down out there unless it was through him and E40. They kind of like
right,
was because they're
right,
independent. You know what I'm
right,
saying? They're independent. They wasn't like
right.
signed to the
Mac Dre
majors. They out
also,
the
Mac
trunk.
Dre, of
Mac
course.
Dre, right,
Mac
right,
Dre
right.
was
They out
big
romper room.
Thiz.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. The there's entertainment. Um, but JT like he put out Mad Game albums.
Hmm.
Like he put out Mad Game albums. But
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
listen to that.
I had one before
Yeah,
Dre
yeah.
signed
Before
him.
G
You know what I'm
Unit. Yeah,
saying?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Before
yeah.
the G Unit thing. I
Which is a
Boz
different
had a
sound,
couple.
dude.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. They used to have them. They used to have them in Virgin Megastore. They used to have those albums.
Yeah,
They used to have
yeah.
a lot
I
of
think
them
I
joints
got
because
one from the
Virgin
wall.
carry. They used to carry everything.
Right. Yeah.
International rap albums. All that. They
They'll
got
get
different
like
sections. That
independent.
joint. Yeah,
Yeah. All types
yeah,
of
yeah. They'll have
joints you
everything in
wouldn't
there.
find. Yeah. That's a
Right,
fact.
right. They'll have everything.
That's
They'll
a
have
fact.
everything in
Man,
there.
I
But
miss that store. I miss being walking into the joint.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? In Times
yeah, yeah.
Square. You
You
know what
get
I mean?
anything from there. Video
and
games,
and and
all of
see
that shit.
somebody
System.
on the
Oh yeah.
grind, might get an exclusive CD or cassette, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Told you I met Timbo King right in front of there. And
Yeah, yeah.
Radar Van. So I was actually on
Radar
the train
Van,
with
man,
Radar
I bump
Van,
into that dude a
but
couple
he
times out there.
yeah, 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 yeah. He was out there hustling for real. Radar Van
Yeah, for
definitely
real, like
was.
on a weekly basis.
Yeah. But I don't know. I gotta listen to that Yuck Mouth interview again. Shout out to Yuck Mouth. He's one of my favorites from over there too.
Yeah,
He
definitely
was
one of Oakland's finest.
he yeah, the albulation, that's my joint. That's my joint. That's really, really my album right there. He got busy.
Yug Mouth
He
is
was nice.
he's a talented brother, man. One of my favorites
Yeah,
from the Bay
yeah,
and
yeah,
West Coast
yeah,
period.
yeah,
You know what I mean? He's
yeah.
in my top five West Coast artists. You know what I
And
mean?
Jacka too, man. Lord have mercy on him. I mean Jacka
I mean,
from mob figures that got
mm,
murdered a few years ago. Maybe it might have been like 10 years now, maybe. Something like that. Yeah,
yeah, man.
Jacka. Um,
No doubt,
yeah,
man.
but yeah, No Limit Cash Money. Shout out to No Limit on the victory. Because I think
Word,
it's
word.
by a landslide. Everything I've seen was leaning
I'd agree
towards
with
No
that.
Limit. Yeah, everybody
Yeah,
I saw commenting on it and doing
yeah,
blogs and stuff on it, like got No Limit handily
yeah.
beating them. You know what I'm
I thought
saying?
at the end
And
too, I thought it was cool. BG said, free C murder. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
So that was pretty cool. I think they have
Yeah,
respect
yeah,
for each other. How could they
yeah,
not?
cause
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You can't have one
Uh,
without the other. I think they both put each other in a position to be greater. Whether there was beef in the background or, dealing
mhm.
with rival projects, whether it's Magnolia or Calico or
Calio,
whatever.
Calio,
Calio, right?
Calio.
Calio.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? You
Yo, we
know,
rode
um,
through there too. We rode through there
over
when I was when I was stationed in
their
Pascagoula,
projects be looking different
Mississippi.
than New York
Yo,
projects, right?
my yo, yeah, very. It's no high rises, I'll tell you that. It's no
Right. It'd be like
like
townhouses,
floors.
what we
It's
call
like yeah,
townhouses
something like that, something
in
like
New
that.
York,
But
right? Two,
yo,
3 floors,
nah, I'm gonna tell
gutted
you,
though, right?
I'm gonna tell you. One day, I was stationed in Pascagoula, Mississippi. Me and my peoples, we had the weekend off. We rented a car and we drove to New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Like for the weekend. Forgot how many hours it was, but like we did our thing. Yo, and we drove through there, man. Like poverty is an understatement. You know what I mean?
Mm, right.
And yeah, it's real. Like it's real. It's real. So they really came from like the bottom, and P did his thing and put it, and that's what I respect about Master P more than anything. Like he put his brothers on, he put his son
Hmm.
on, he put his friends on.
Yeah.
What's the dude that was acting in all the movies? He was there with no shirt on, with the No Limit tattoo. He old now, but he used to
Oh,
have
yeah,
like a
yeah,
little
yeah. I know
mini
he's on.
fro, big
Yeah.
big bows. So I forgot his real
I'm not
name, but
sure,
he
but
was
I
in
saw. I know
I
what you're
Got the
talking
Hook Up.
about, though.
He was in I Got the Hook
Hmm.
Up. He was in a lot of Master P's movies and stuff. That's like his right
Yeah.
hand man, light skinned dude.
Hmm.
He was up there, shirt off. I almost didn't recognize him because
Right.
I'm looking for the hair. You know what I'm saying? Because he always had like that perfect
Hmm.
like mini fro. You know what I'm saying? That was a
Right.
little tapered and
Hmm.
all of that. But he was out there, and like he all most of his day ones is with him. And I saw the dude Big Court on there with him. He has a
Hmm.
podcast. He been around P for a while. I listened to his podcast a few times. He seems to be a stand up dude. Big Court.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was a good look. Like you
Yeah.
said, it was a good
Shout out
look
to P, man.
for
P's
New
a legend,
Orleans.
man. I
Yeah,
really respect.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
really
yeah,
respect
yeah,
what
yeah,
he's done. You know what I'm saying? For the
yeah,
city, for
yeah,
hip hop, his
yeah,
business. His pursuit of trying to be in the NBA, pushing his son towards
yeah.
greatness, giving his son a platform.
Mm-hmm.
I've really respected. I've been checking his moves out for a long time, and let's not forget the artwork on No Limit. It was something very different and eye catching too. That was something that
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of genius in a way. If you looked at the albums, like now they may look silly, but back then they was actually silly to me back then too. But for
It
whatever
looked
reason, when I
cheesy
would see it
to
in the
us.
source, I'd always look
Yeah,
at it. It looked cheesy, but I was
yeah.
kind of drawn to it, and I would analyze it because
Mm-hmm.
it would look so different than what we see. You know what I'm saying?
And
Especially
then it
being
has
like
stuff
East
in the
Coast.
background,
Um,
like yeah, it would have
right.
stuff in the background, like
All
you
this
see the
craziness, like
person
it
up
was kind of like
close, and then
CGI.
right,
Right,
right, right.
right. It had like all this CGI, like and like built into it, and all the bling and all of that. Like, so it
Mm-hmm.
looks so different. But that to me, it was eye catching. So I was familiar with what was coming out from No Limit because they always had the big ads in the Source or Double XL, and who could not look at it? You know what I'm saying? It was right in your face. So I think P
Yeah.
did a great job of marketing their release, and even at a time where they weren't probably getting no radio burn on Hot 97 in New York, we still kind of heard their videos through BET or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We would still hear them. They found a way to make it into your household, and keep
Mm-hmm.
you up to date with their music. So, shout out to P, man. I think he's a dope legend for hip hop, man. That's really all I have to say about it, man. Word.
Word.
But yo, thanks for tuning in to Spears and Mike's. We do this a couple times a week. We drop random episodes. This is also available on Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you get your audio streaming, we're on there. And of course, we're on YouTube as well. So, hit that like, hit that subscribe, share it, drop a comment. Big salute to all the listeners and the viewers. Peace.
Peace.